Hi, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be discussing the Natural Language Understanding node in Node-RED. The Natural Language Understanding node can analyze semantic features of text input, including categories, concepts, emotions, entities, keywords, metadata, relations, semantic roles, and sentiment. You can analyze URLs, HTML files, or just plain text content with this node. So to get started with this node, we need to connect the Natural Language Understanding service in Bluemix to Node-RED. So head over to Bluemix and search for Language Natural Understanding. Click on the service. And we're going to leave it unbound. Go down here, and then we're going to select the light version. Click Create. Once that's created and you're on this page, we're going to go to the service credentials, view credentials, and we're going to copy and paste the username and password into our Natural Language Understanding node. Now click on Done once you've done that. Now we need something to analyze. So I have this speech given by Ginny Rometty at the World of Watson event in 2015. So I'm just going to copy the whole speech. And back in Node-RED, I'm going to drag out an inject node and a debug node. In the inject node, I'm going to change the payload to a string and paste the entire speech in there. Click Done once you're done with that. In the Natural Language Understanding node, let's select what we want to extract and analyze. So I'm going to select categories. I'm going to select concepts. I'm going to change the maximum concepts to 10. I also want document emotion, and I want my target to be about Watson. I also want document sentiment, but this time I'm not going to specify a target because I just want the sentiment of the whole document. And I also want the sentiment of entities, so I'm going to select that. We're going to make the maximum entities to 5. I also want to analyze keywords and keyword emotions. And the maximum keywords I want to analyze is 10. And I'm just going to change the name from false to Natural Language Understanding. The name doesn't really matter, but I'm just doing it for aesthetic purposes. So click Done once you're done configuring your Natural Language Understanding node like so. And then the debug node, we're going to change the output from message.payload to message.features. Done. Now wire them up and then deploy. And in the debug tag, you can see that the service returned everything that we asked for. So let's just go over each of these a little bit and see what exactly the service was able to say about Ginny's speech. Under the usage object, it tells you the text units, the text characters, which is how many characters we inputted, and the number of features we selected, which was 6. Categories, concepts, document emotion, document sentiment, keywords, and keyword emotion. In sentiment, we have the document sentiment right here, which it labels as positive. Under keywords, we have our 10 keywords that we asked for. And the service will return keywords with the most relevance. So you can see that the keyword Watson had the highest relevance, which makes sense because the speech was about Watson. Under that, you can see the emotion for the specific keyword. And the same is repeated for all the other keywords. Moving on, we have the 5 entities that we asked for. And once again, it returns them in the order of relevance. So the text Chef Watson had the highest relevance. These are all the other entities that the service was able to find in the speech, along with their relevance scores. Moving on to the emotion, we specified that we wanted emotion specifically about Watson. and it gives that to you right here. Also, it provides you with the document in motion like we asked for. Next are the concepts, and there are 3 concepts: cancer, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. And it also returns them in the order of relevance, with the highest being on top. And lastly, we have the categories. These are the 3 categories that the service was able to find in the speech. We have technology and computing with a score of 0.57. We have artificial intelligence with a score of 0.32, and then we have healthcare. The natural language understanding node can also analyze URLs. So to do so, we're going to add in another inject node, change the payload to a string, and then we're going to put in the URL of the website that we want to analyze. So I'm just going to put in the URL of the IBM homepage, click done, and I'm going to wire it up to the natural language understanding node. I'm going to leave the configurations the same for simplicity. Click done and then deploy, and then inject it. And there you have it. It returns the analysis of the website. So that's all for the natural language understanding node. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.